Welcome to our new channel. We will be uploading at least once a month. Nightingale Podcast, Episode 1 by Harry and Charlie. Hello listeners, we hope you enjoy our latest creation, Nightingale. This is a story about a man named David who ventures around his mysterious hometown of Nightingale. Running, he turned to face it. Fear. The town of Nightingale and its landmarks filled the night sky. Waking up from a nightmare, I turned around to face my window. Seeing something that couldn't be unseen, I threw the covers over my head and prayed that it was just my brain playing tricks on me. Then I glanced down towards my alarm, 2 a.m. After that, I couldn't get to sleep. I scared myself. 9 a.m. I was late. I still have many things to do on my to-do list. Shaving my beard, washing my face and getting dressed. It took around 25 minutes. I slipped my shoes on so fast that the right shoe was on my left and my left shoe was on my right. Catching the train that was already on the go, my feet slipped and I fell headfirst onto the train's floor. My leg aching as I stood up and wrapped my arm around the pole. Stopping off at St Andrews Station, I was reunited with my old college mate that so happened to be the one causing the nightmare in my dream. 10:30 a.m. My boss was gonna be so mad. Walking into all the staring faces, it wasn't the best of feelings. As I was walking towards my desk, I felt as if someone was staring at me. This thought was true as the receptionist had to break the silence by coughing. 12 p.m. This was the worst lunch anyone had ever experienced. For one, I felt as if a million eyes weren't looking at their food, more so of me. For two, my sandwich was soggy, as when I had tripped, my water had leaked and made my food and my bag wet, leaving all the ink on my paperwork smudged. For three, linking to the last fact due to the soggy paperwork, my boss now hates me, and I'm on a strike. 5 p.m. This was the worst day ever. The walk from the train station wasn't the best either, as my leg made me trudge and my bag drag along the cobble pavement. 2 hours later, I was in my bed ready for a nice sleep. The next day.
I was lying in bed when I woke up suddenly. I looked at my clock, 2 a.m. It was the same thing as I saw yesterday, but today I saw it much more clearly. As I did yesterday, I threw my covers over my head, but surprisingly, I slept quite well after that. Waking up at 8 a.m, I felt so much better than I did before. My to-do list was already completed 10 minutes before the time I had gotten ready in yesterday. This day was off to a good start. Putting my shoes on the right feet, this day felt different. I turned up to the station 5 minutes early and then got into it safely. I held onto the pole firm and waited. I hopped off at St Andrews Station, and today I didn't see my old college friend. As I was walking, I thought to myself, has my luck changed? And if so, was it going to be for the better? Work started at 9:30 a.m, although I managed to get in 10 minutes early. My boss was so happy, and there were no awkward stares and no awkward silence. Today the receptionist was feeling much better and didn't seem to have a cough. 12 p.m. This lunch was a lot better. People sat with me. After feeling like a fool yesterday, my self-esteem had been boosted by light years. Also, guess what? My sandwich wasn't soggy and my files were the best in the building. Even though my day was so bad yesterday, my boss removed my strike. 5 p.m. This was the best work day ever. I had completely forgotten about the figure at my window. The train home felt amazing as someone talked to me. Never mind his weird questions, he still talked to me. 1 hour later, I was in bed ready for a nice and early sleep. The next day. Running. I turned to face it. Fear. This was not a nightmare. Darkness faded over me.
Thank you so much for listening to this short podcast. It will be longer in future episodes. Seeing as this is the first, it is pretty good. You can find us on YouTube at Nightingale and soon on Instagram at Nightingale123. That's from me and Charlie. Good night, Nightingale.